So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has been out for almost a month now, and it has taken up a majority of my free time. World of Light was an absolute blast to play through, and I thoroughly enjoyed the new take on Classic Mode. But the real kicker comes in with the characters. With 70 plus characters to choose from and more on the way, there is no shortage of fun fighters. So today, I'm going to count down my top 10 favorite characters to play as in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is not like an official tier list or who I think is the best character in the game or any of that, just who I personally love playing as. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Out of all the potential Pokemon for newcomers, I was so happy when it was revealed to be Incineroar. Say what you want about Decidueye, but Incineroar was my go-to Gen 7 rep. God damn is he fun. I absolutely love all the wrestling moves that he has in his arsenal, and when he throws you against the ropes and then whams you across the face, it's the best. Revenge is by far the coolest counter in the game because you can literally save it for later. What other character has a counter you can store? Incineroar is an incredibly fun newcomer, and I have a great time playing with him. Now, if only his recovery was an absolute garbage. Out of all the veteran fighters, Link hands down had the biggest overhaul. Sporting his Breath of the Wild design, he takes some of that which he learns in Breath of the Wild into Ultimate, which includes shooting 2 arrows at once, picking up arrows and throwing them, and my personal favorite, remote bombs. The only downside is that Link no longer has a chain grab. That kind of messes with me a little bit, but you get used to it. Honestly, if it wasn't for that, Link would definitely be higher up on the list. Lucario is hands down my favorite Pokemon of all time, and he's one of my go-to fighters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He hasn't changed too much from previous installments, but one thing I've noticed is that his counter is noticeably faster, at least to me. And of course, you gotta love the whole gimmick of the more damage you have, the more damage you'll deal. Such a fun character, and one of my absolute favorites. However, he still doesn't compare to a certain other Pokemon. Mewtwo was my main way back in Melee, and while I personally would never touch that game again with a 10-foot pole, I still love playing Mewtwo. Although he's pretty goddamn light in Smash 4, but in this game I think they made him a little bit heavier, so thanks for that, Sakurai. Mewtwo is still as fun as he was in Smash 4, if not more because, you know, the whole weight factor. He's a fan favorite of mine who I always go back to play as, plus nothing is more satisfying than when you're facing a Belmont and knocking his projectiles back at him. When Little Mac was revealed for Smash 4, I was hyped because I love Punch-Out. And while I did play a lot of him in Smash 4, his recovery and air game kind of threw me off, but it's significantly better in Ultimate. True, he's still no air fighter, but his side special no longer puts him in free fall, which, oh my god, thank you. Little Mac is still an incredibly fun character to play, and one of my personal favorites. Now that he has the power, this is his finest hour. King K. Rool is an absolute joy to play as, hands down the best heavyweight fighter in the game. His projectile game and his combo game is great. He's a heavy hitter who can rock at a distance and close up, and nothing is more satisfying than spiking a poor unsuspecting bitch off the stage. I absolutely love everything about this character. And this is coming from someone who doesn't usually play heavyweights. You gotta love that thick croc. Back in Smash 4, Roy was one of my mains and my go-to Fire Emblem character. And since Chrom is an Echo, I figured I'll try him out. Plus, he has Ike's Up Special, which was a move that I personally really enjoy. And goddamn is he fun. I'm one of those people who wholeheartedly believe that there is way too many Fire Emblem characters in Smash, but if there's any Fire Emblem character that I actually wanted, it was Chrom. I want him more than Robin, or even Lucina, and especially fucking Corrin for that matter. And now that he's finally here, I'm so glad he's top tier. I love playing as Chrom, and I'm probably going to keep doing so, but there's still one more sword fighter who I prefer over him. Yes, my Smash 4 main. I lost my shit when Cloud was announced for Smash. Final Fantasy VII is one of my favorite games of all time, and I was so excited to finally see Cloud Strife joining the fight. Cloud is still an incredibly fun character to use. He's been changed up a little bit in terms of balancing and stuff, but I think that the idea to have you use your limit quick and not hold on to it is a pretty good thing, especially when you're playing against him. I still love playing Cloud, and he is my go-to fighter out of all the veterans. When Ridley was announced, I couldn't comprehend what I was looking at. The sheer fact that finally Ridley is in Smash Brothers was too much for me to bear. I was overcome with happiness and said right then and there, that's my main. There was only one other fighter I would ever play over Ridley. And we'll get to that in a bit. Ridley is so much goddamn fun. He's everything I wanted him to be. He's big, he's tough, he packs a punch, and good God, that spear move. Yeah, it's tough to land, but when you do it, it's so goddamn satisfying. Ridley was one of my biggest wants for this game, and I'm so glad he's finally in. There was only one character that I wanted more than Ridley. My number one most desired character in all of Super Smash Bros. The character I've wanted for years, and the number one character on this list. You already know who it is. Simon Belmont was the one character I wanted more than anyone else in Super Smash Bros. It's no surprise that I am a gigantic Castlevania fan. I mean, fuck, I made an entire month's worth of videos on it. When he was revealed, I actually cried. I legitimately teared up during Simon's reveal. And Sakurai made me even happier by throwing Richter in there just for good measure. So we got two Belmonts to play as. While I personally prefer Simon just because I like him better as a character, I still enjoy playing as Richter as well. And considering that they are two of the most similar Echo fighters, I usually trade off between them, but I do play Simon a little bit more. Their projectile game is incredible. When you knock that person off stage and it's time to bring out the holy water, the axes, the cross, it's so goddamn good. The uppercut was a surprising kill move. I really didn't expect it to kill, but it does. And the jump kick is so fun, as well as the whole whip dash and the fact that you can dangle the whip just like Castlevania 4. Just, everything about these characters is just everything I wanted. I love them so much. Smash Brothers has so many unique and interesting fighters, and with Piranha Plant and Joker and 4 other DLC characters coming, I'm so excited to try them out and see if this list could potentially change in the future. But for now, these are the characters that I personally love playing as, and I'm interested to see who your favorite characters are in Smash. Who's your main? Who do you enjoy playing the most? Post in the comments below, I'm curious. And with all that said, I'm gonna go play some more Smash. See ya!